Welcome back to City National Arena in suburban Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome back to City National Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Second period action just gets underway. Coyotes trailing the San Jose Sharks 1-0. And of course that goal scored late by Ivan Chekovic in the first period at 1950. Both teams at full strength as we start the second. Play along the far boards in the Coyotes' end. Big Merrick Madsen, the rookie out of Harvard, continues in the nets for the Coyotes on the left side, and on the right, Emu, the rookie for the Sharks, was outstanding in the first period. Zachary Emo. Now Latunoff in the left corner for San Jose, trying to get a shot on goal, and Madsen makes the save as that puck came out of the corner, and Madsen in his crease down on his knees is able to cover up as the Sharks were all around him.
That's a good save there by Merrick. He had the 5-0 open just for a moment. I think the San Jose forward McGrew thought he could maybe squeak it through there, and he was able to put the ankles together and hold it out just before it got to the goal line there. So good save.
Face off to the left of Madsen now. Nate Schnarr will face off for the Coyotes against Kyle Topping. Now Topping is tossed out. Big Justin Brazeau wins the draw for San Jose to the right point. Michael Brodzinski keeps it in. He'll send it behind the net. On the near side now, there's a pile up in the left corner. Puck centered by the Sharks. Little backhander blocked in front by big Kevin Ball. The 6'6 youngster, Coyotes' second round pick this June. As the puck is still in the Arizona zone behind the net. Trying to work it free is Topping to the right point to Brodzinski. Left point Middleton. Back to Brodzinski. Quick shot through traffic. And that one just got a piece of Madsen and deflected into the left corner. San Jose with the early pressure in this second period in the Coyote zone. And now Arizona able to break the pressure. Up the ice on the left side, Tyler Steenbergen, the great goal scorer out of the Western Hockey League. Couldn't get anything going in the San Jose left corner, taken away by the Sharks. Brodzinski up to center ice, had that puck knocked away. Coyotes play it back on the turnover. Steenbergen's shot goes wide. On the far boards, it's now popped free and cleared out to center. In the Coyote zone, Jalen Smerrick sends on the left wing. And Noel Huffenmeyer is able to clear it back into the San Jose zone. Noah Gregor comes the other way on the turnover to Chmielewski. Now into the left corner. As the San Jose players stand up in front of me, hard to see who's got the puck. Nick centered out to the left of the net, wide along the far boards. Again, folks, as you're just tuning in, I'm down behind the benches this afternoon. Great vantage point in some ways, but in others not so much as far as seeing who has the puck all the time. Now in the left corner, the Sharks again trying to pressure, but it's taken behind the net by Hoffenmeyer, and he'll send it ahead. It's cleared the length of the ice by the Coyotes, and playing it off the end boards is the goaltender Emon. He's able to cover up as the Coyotes quickly were charging in to try to get a rebound.
So, Bob, I think as fans, they look at these rosters and they may have some questions because obviously there's players that are drafted, players that are signed within the organization, and then there's other players that maybe they have never heard of, and those are tryouts. A lot of these guys, especially I know personally from the Sharks, they came to development camp, and it's just another look for the brass to see these players in person and maybe potentially down the line offer them a contract. So it's pretty much a real tryout type of situation for players that go undrafted, but a great showcase here for them.
Well, it's a great way to evaluate players. As in front, the Sharks have another chance, and Madsen goes down and makes a big save as he stopped. Jake Grecius on the doorstep. Finish that thought in a moment as the Coyotes come back over the San Jose line. Spinorama by Capobianco trying to get to the net. Now in front of backhander by Klima. Just turned away. Left point. Shot by P.O. Joseph is blocked. And the rush for the puck comes into the Coyote zone. Joseph able to get there first. He tries to clear it out and does. And then the Sharks bring it back offside. And then there's some shoving on the left boards. And I don't think this will escalate. And now's a good time to say that games are being played by NHL rules pretty much exclusively in this tournament, except for one thing. If you fight twice, you get a game misconduct. So each player allowed to get into one altercation, unlike the NHL, of course, when you're allowed to fight twice in a game before getting the game misconduct. On your third dust up, and this one, only once.
That was Kelly Klima, who's getting into it with the Sharks' top pick in the draft, Ryan Merkley. And I'm sure Klima and the two brothers, they've probably backed each other up along the years, probably battled themselves as well.
Oh, of course, they're twins.
I'm a twin myself. I know firsthand how that
really?
goes.
Well, then you can speak from experience. Now a shot from the slot area and stretching out is Madsen. Not sure if he got a piece of that or not, just turning it away. In the right corner, down on the ice is Ball for the Coyotes, trying to get the puck. He's able to shovel it behind the net, and it's cleared now off the glass up to center ice. Lane Peterson picks it off, in over the line, but offside against Arizona. Well, Nick, you mentioned earlier how these camps are great for evaluation, and I know the Coyotes can speak firsthand of that. Two Coyotes on the ice today, Lane Peterson and Jalen Smerrick, were both signed 2 years ago after tremendous performances in the prospect development camp and then later the rookie tournament. So contracts can be given out on a great performance in these tournaments.
Absolutely. It's a good measuring stick for the organization. Put them against their other prospects, see how they fare. And like you mentioned, Bob, sometimes if you play well enough, it will result in a contract.
Nate Schnarr wins the draw back to the aforementioned Jalen Smerrick from Detroit, Michigan. Sends it on the left side. Hoffenmeyer dumps it in for the Coyotes into the San Jose right corner. Played behind the net and cleared ahead by the Sharks on the right wing. Coming in over the line for San Jose, Jacob McGrew now sending one toward the net. Skids wide. Kept in by Middleton. Sharp pass on the right side off the stick of Michael Brodzinski, younger brother of the Kings, Johnny Brodzinski. On the far boards now, it's played by the Coyotes as they steal the puck. And up the ice comes Smerrick. Jalen Smerrick on the left wing to Hoffenmeyer, joining the rush. He'll get the wrist shot off, but that deflects out of play. With 15 and a half left in this second period, San Jose up 1-0.
You know, Bob, I know you've got a tough vantage point down there, especially when the puck comes over to the left side in the Arizona zone, but Madsen made a tremendous save on that rebound as McGrew slipped a check, put it on net, and a big juicy rebound came to the tune-off, and Madsen got over there just in time and made a toe save as he wedged it up against the right post. So Madsen continuing to be sharp here for Arizona.
One of the things that the Coyotes hockey ops department loves about Madsen, obviously he's tall and big, but he's very athletic. So someone with that 6'5" frame is that athletic is a bonus, and obviously very intelligent as well. Majored in statistics at Harvard. Now cleared by the Coyotes, just out of the zone, and then tapped back in by the Sharks, and it's offside against San Jose.
So that Harvard program has really started to produce some quality talent, especially as of late. The Sharks had a Harvard product in their organization a couple years ago in Colin Blackwell. Of course, Jimmy Vesey, a big name that played at Harvard.
Crimson have had a great hockey history. In fact, Madsen was a member of the team that went to the Frozen Four a couple of years ago in 2017. And as you mentioned earlier, he was a co-captain last year. Here's Kevin Klima for the Coyotes, trying to center one. Didn't get through to the slot, knocked away by the Sharks defenders. Puck along the end boards, going down for the Sharks was Fry out of Alaska Fairbanks University. And the puck is cleared now back into the Coyote zone. Ball in behind his own net, tied up there by the Sharks forechecker. Coyotes able to clear that puck on the left wing. Lane Peterson trying to fight through the defenseman Gregoire. Spinning away, sends one into the slot. Now the shot by Klima, and the save made by Emon, and he covers up.
That's a good save right there. I'm sure Evgeny Nabokov, who works specifically with San Jose Sharks goaltending prospects, has to be happy the way Emo has played so far. He has been square to the shooter. His rebound control has been excellent. And He is just swallowing up everything within his vicinity so far.
Face off to Emo's right. And the draw controlled by the Coyotes. Barrett Hayton to Lane Peterson. Arizona's top line out there. Burke along with Hayton and Peterson. They had a couple of chances in the first period. Could not score. It's 1-0 Sharks. 6 minutes gone, second period. At the San Jose line. Donahue now hands it off. And Shimoleski on the right wing to Sandberg. Now a centering pass attempt by the Sharks. Noah Gregor is broken up. Coming the other way is Hayton. Barrett Hayton overskates it in the left circle, but he gets it back. Hayton out near the blue line. Sends it right side. Quick shot right on by Huffenmeyer. Saved by Emo. Rebound. And Emo stopped that and covered with a glove and then swept it behind the net. Ryan Merkley, this smooth skating 18-year-old, fires one the length of the ice, but it's going to be icing against San Jose. Nick, what have you seen from Ryan Merkley? He really was a guy that going into the draft, a lot of mixed feelings about, such great skill. There was questions about maybe some of his off-ice tendencies, but obviously the Sharks feel that he's a guy that can maybe overcome that and really have great upside. He's certainly one of the most skilled defensemen in this year's draft.
Well, it's certainly been addressed by General Manager Doug Wilson over the last couple of months since the Sharks drafted him. As we'll pick up the thought in just a moment, let Bob continue his play-by-play.
Buckle on the far side, played by the Sharks Sandberg, and then turned over to Capobianco. Out to Tyler Steenbergen. Steenbergen rushes through the neutral zone, gains the Sharks line. In the slot, the shot, and the glove save made by Emo. Tyler Steenbergen, 51-goal scorer 2 years ago and had 47 last year for Swift Current. Made a bid for one there. He's a really sharp goal scorer for sure.
To continue the thought on Merkley, not the biggest of guys. Obviously, that's the way the game is going. Speed is of such important skill, especially on the back end as well. You can't just be a stay-at-home defender these days to be one of those top defensemen, but Sharks at the point in the draft that they took Merkley, they felt like it was worth the risk. His talent is clearly impressive and has all the upside in the world, and the Sharks are excited about what he can develop into. Again, such a young guy, 17 years old when he was drafted, and he's 18 now, but got a lot of room for growth.
As we have seen today, what a smooth and very fluid skater. And slick with the puck for sure. Puck now in the left corner. Max Gerlach tries to keep it into the left point. Quick shot from there by Gennaro, and that goes wide. Kept alive by the Coyotes. Nick Nash sends into the right corner. Played out of the corner by Max Gerlach. Now down low. And Mateo Gennaro, 42-goal scorer in the Western Hockey League last year. Had the puck on his stick, but the pass goes free the length of the ice. Line change for the Sharks. Coyotes trying to catch them, but the lead pass is too far. It's going to be icing on Arizona.
Well, one benefit that we do have is how close we are to the ice, and you could hear the Coyotes players, the forwards, rushing up ice, yelling for that puck as San Jose made a change there. Probably not the cleanest of changes, and it nearly was disastrous, as it would have been a 2-on-0 on that pass. That outlet pass been a little more accurate there. So San Jose catches a break, and instead it goes down for an icing.
Off the face-off, a shot by the Sharks. Halbgewachs does not connect. Now Madsen to the left of the net in front, but it's put in the net. Again, difficult for me to see as the Sharks were standing up in front of me here, but it was put into the right of the net. And Nick, can you help us out as to who scored that goal?
Yeah, it's going to be Maxim Latunov, a guy the Sharks are really excited about. And as I mentioned earlier, he was part of the Coyotes organization for a little bit. Arizona acquired him from St. Louis, where he was drafted, and San Jose picked him up in a draft day trade. But he is long and he is quick, and he's able to stuff that one in there on the rebound. San Jose had a player they signed last year as a free agent out of the Western Hockey League named Alex Drew. He scored 15 goals last year for the Barracuda. They hope that Latunov could be a similar player. They're built the same, and they both can skate for their size.
So Maxim Latunov out of the University of Connecticut and a one-time Coyotes prospect scores the second goal to the right of the net. And San Jose takes the 2-0 lead. Sharks on the attack again. Jalen Smerrick sweeps the puck away for the Coyotes. Now big hit right in front of me by Peterson on Fry of San Jose. Lane Peterson with the big check for the Coyotes. Peterson's got it on the left wing. He's run into on the far side by Dunahee, the defenseman picked up from Ottawa in the offseason for the Sharks. Now in the San Jose end, trying to skate it out is Halbgewachs. On the right wing to Topping over the line. Back to the left circle to McGrew. His shot is wide as a sliding Smerrick maybe got a piece of it in the near circle. Puck sent deep into the San Jose zone. Ryan Merkley back after it. Getting there first for the Coyotes was Liam Kirk. To the right point to Joseph. Now on the near boards to Kirk. Kirk swings it to the left side. Capobianco had his pass broken up. And it's cleared out by the Sharks. Merkley sends into the left circle trying to get to the net. Jakovic. And it's knocked off his stick. Played on the far side to San Jose. Keeps it alive. And the drive by Brodzinski is stopped by Merrick Madsen. And we get the timeout.
Bob, you mentioned Joseph, another top pick for Arizona, and some similarities not only as first rounders between Joseph and Merkley, but the common theme between these young players is not that they can't play necessarily at the NHL level with their skill set, but it's size. Both guys are young and need to put some meat on their bones before they can start banging bodies with the big men that are playing in the National Hockey League. But that was a narrative for San Jose with Merkley gaining some weight, and that's also been a narrative for Arizona as well with Joseph as they try to add some pounds on him as well.
No question about that, Nick. P.O. Joseph, so smooth and skilled and very intelligent player. He was the captain this past season in Charlottetown in the Quebec Junior League, but he does need to gain some weight. He was working with a trainer and also a dietitian, and he said, unfortunately, all he gained was about 3 pounds last year, but he spent almost the entire summer in the Phoenix area training with the Coyote staff, and he just continues to work hard to put a little meat on the bones, and it'll come. He's only 19 years old, but the Coyotes really have high hopes for him. Hoffenmeyer skates to his left along the blue line, sends it back to the slot, knocked away, back to center ice. Noel Hoffenmeyer hands it to Braden Burke. Burke with 82 assists last season. Had it knocked off his stick in the neutral zone. And then Jordan Gross plays it back. Garrett Hayton helps out for the Coyotes to Hoffenmeyer. Up on the right wing, Blaine Peterson. Peterson crosses to the left side. Sends it ahead for Burke, but it's broken up in the neutral zone by the Sharks. Up the ice they come. Sandberg, the shot from the right circle, saved by Madsen. And he'll cover up from his knees.
It was Kotkov down the right wing for San Jose. Kotkov, Chakovic, Latunov, all from Russia, and no surprise, they all hang out. We're at the airport on our way out here to Vegas. They were all sitting together in a corner. And I'm sure it has to do with the language as well, but it's funny how they all kind of magnetically go to each other, whether it's the Swedes or the Russians. They all like to hang out with each other.
Well, certainly players, especially young players, like to stick together and be able to talk the same language and probably enjoy the same food. Latunov's case, he's been in the United States for a while. As we said, attended University of Connecticut. And I believe the other Russians have been in North America as well, Nick, haven't they?
Yep, they have. Chakovic in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. Kotkov was just signed at development camp, so another player that impressed the brass and earned himself a contract. And Latunov has also been stateside at UConn over the last 3 years as they're giving the ice another quick scrape here. Over 100 degrees outside. Nice and chilled here inside the building at City National Arena. But, Bob, I'd like to mention Roy Sommer leading the way for this weekend for San Jose's prospects. This year will enter his 21st season beyond the bench for the top affiliate of the San Jose Sharks. Meanwhile, for Arizona, Jay Verodi enters his first season in the AHL as a head coach. So a little yin and yang here on the benches for these two organizations.
Well, that's right. Jay Verodi takes over for Mike Van Ryn, who had a tremendous season last year in Tucson, leading the Roadrunners to the Pacific Division and regular season Western Conference title, and won one round in the playoffs. He, of course, went to the St. Louis Blues as an assistant, and Jay Verodi comes to the desert. as he coached OHL's Kingston Frontenacs last season. Led them to the Eastern Conference playoff finals against Hamilton, where they fell in the Ontario Hockey League. But Parati has been around a while and certainly has great credentials and a lot of respect from the hockey community, and he gets to make the jump to the American Hockey League to coach the Coyotes prospects this year in Tucson. As for Roy Sommer, I have a long history with Roy. We'll get into that a little bit later, but back when it all began for me, Nick, in Muskegon, Michigan, in 1984-85, Roy Sommer was a player for that Muskegon Lumberjacks team. Now the Coyotes with a chance to get close to the net, but they can't get a shot off. Sharks clear it out. Kotkoff, 2-on-1, sends it over to the near side to Weinger, back for Kotkoff, and it doesn't connect. Coyotes Hoffenmeyer without a stick, but the Coyotes Braden Burke able to play it. Left wing to Lane Peterson. Peterson at center ice, rubbed out there by Merkley as he dumps it in behind the net. In quickly was Barrett Hayton for it. Hayton trying to center one, kicked away by Emone, and Emone covers up.
Well, to continue that Roy Sommer talk, the stories are endless when you spend as much time as Roy has in the game of hockey. They add up, but he's an Oakland native, which in itself is a tremendous story. He was part of a very cult-like youth hockey program. It was really small. The NHL team wasn't quite in the area at the time, but he's been at it for a long time. And Bob, yes, you have that history with Roy as well. I swear every town I go, and the more people I meet in the game, they have some sort of connection with Roy Sommer.
I'm sure they do. Roy's been around for a long time, and he's a good man, and he's made a lot of friends. Does he still have that teepee in Montana that he spends time in the summer?
I think he came, and joking, it feels like he came directly from Montana. Yes, he owns property there. He spends every single summer in Montana, and family joins him there. It's beautiful up there at that time of year. I don't know if I could do the winters.
Right. Well, Roy has always been a bit of a free spirit, but a great guy and a hockey man through and through. The winningest coach in American Hockey League history in the regular season, isn't he?
He certainly is. Most wins, most coach games.
Coyotes right now on a delayed power play, and they get a chance on Emone, but they don't score. And now the whistle is blown, and this will be the first power play chance for Arizona this afternoon. As coming to the box, Jacob McGrew for tripping for San Jose. So now the Coyotes power play will get its first chance as we see the top line of Hayton, Peterson, and Burke come out there with Capobianco on the right side, and the Notre Dame product, Jordan Gross, manning the left point. 2-0 San Jose, 7:33 to play, second period. Face off to the right of the rookie goaltender, Zachary Emone. He's been good this afternoon, 19 saves for him, 17 saves in 19 tries for Merrick Madsen at the other end. Sharks win the draw, and they'll clear it the length of the ice. Again, this is the first power play of the day for Arizona. Back to get it, Gross in his own end. Gross scored the winning goal in overtime in the prospect development finale scrimmage back in June. Now on the left wing, Barrett Hayton with it behind the San Jose net. To the right wing to Braden Burke. Now to the blue line, Capobianco to Gross. Back to Capobianco. Right circle, Burke. Centers in front. Broken up, but not cleared out. Kept in nicely by Capobianco at the line. To Gross. Now to Lane Peterson. Peterson to Hayton. Tip pass does not connect with Gross. He's got to go back to get it in his own end. Almost halfway through the penalty on McGrew. Coyotes over the line now. Burke along the near boards had it knocked away. Good individual effort by the Sharks player there, Evan Weinger. And the Coyotes come back on the attack. Burke in the left corner to Hayton. Left point, Capobianco. Now to Hayton in the left circle. Spins to get some time. Now to Capobianco. Right side, Gross. Gross centers one. Shot attempt by Peterson, blocked. Capobianco at the blue line. Takes a knee to keep it going. And there's going to be another penalty on San Jose as he was sent to the ice. And the Coyotes will have a two-man advantage for 28 seconds.
So it'll be a hooking penalty. Weininger was arguing it. Looks like he may be the one heading into the penalty box. And penalty box is literally right in front of you, about 2 feet in front of you, Bob, and directly below me. So I can't quite see the penalty box. Again, our vantage point unique, but we're finding a way to fight through.
Well, I'm about 2 feet from sitting on the penalty box bench as I see Jacob McGrew and Jake Grisius right in front of me. Better not talk too loud about them. They might not like it. And then I'll have to start scrambling to get out of there. Face off to the right of Zachary Emol. Best chance for the Coyotes right now to get on the board. They're down 2-0, 6:01 to go in the second. And they've got a 5-on-3 power play for 28 seconds. Big face-off win for San Jose, and the Sharks clear the puck the length of the ice. Madsen stops it up and gives now to the smooth skating P.O. Joseph. Coyotes advance the puck over the line. Steenbergen to the left boards. Now to Joseph. Back to the left circle. Joseph with it again. To the right circle. Steenbergen to Joseph to the right of the net. Emil to save. And he covers up just as the first San Jose penalty on McGrew comes to an end.
So San Jose on their second penalty kill. They had those 2 power plays in that first period. So neither team yet to break through on the man advantage so far. And I think for the coaching staff, Bob, as you could probably take a look to your left or right and just kind of see the overall attitude towards it. But you're mixing lines. You don't quite have combinations on the power play just yet. So no surprise there hasn't been a ton of success in the early going.
Burke for the Coyotes to the right of the net. Hayton trying to get control to stuff it in, but could not. And it's cleared the length of the ice by the Sharks once again. Madsen plays the puck behind his own net. Leaves it there for Kyle Capobianco, the AHL All-Star from a year ago. Coming into his second pro season. Drops it off to the trailer. Braden Burke. Burke signed in March after a tremendous junior season, and as we mentioned, 82 assists for him earlier. It's offside, however, for the Coyotes as they try to enter the San Jose zone with 56 seconds left in the Sharks penalty on Grisius. Puck controlled by the Sharks initially off the draw, and then cleared behind the net around the near side by Fry. And then we get the whistle as the puck, I think, tips out of play into the Coyotes bench. Not quite clear about that. I couldn't see it from where I'm at, but it's leaving the zone, so we assume so. Max Gerlach takes the face-off for the Coyotes, controlled by the Sharks' Kyle Topping, and San Jose will clear it the length of the ice. Noel Heffenmeyer has a little room as he skates it to center. He's confronted by Topping. Gives it off to Joseph. Joseph to center ice. Now to Nate Schnarr. Schnarr over the line. Former third-round pick a couple of years ago for the Coyotes. Arizona keeps it going. Joseph. Now Heffenmeyer the drive and trying to screen in front with Schnarr, but that puck just went wide with 10 seconds left in the San Jose penalty. The Sharks clear it the length of the ice. Puck stays in the Coyotes zone as they frantically try to get it out. But just now they're able to skate it out as the penalty ends on Jake Grisius. So the Coyotes come up empty on a short 2-man advantage, and a pretty substantial 5-on-4 power play. It remains 2-0 San Jose with 3:48 to go in the second. Shot by the Sharks. McGrew on the right side, stick to side by Madsen out of play.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Bob, both teams get to cash in on a couple power play opportunities. San Jose had the first two, and now Arizona gets the most recent power play chances, including a 5-on-3. For these franchises, certainly intriguing as San Jose and Arizona are the two teams in the American Hockey League over the last 2 years who have won the Western Conference during the regular season. San Jose 2 years ago got all the way to the Western Conference Finals after having the best record during the regular season. And the Tucson Roadrunners last year got to the second round of the Calder Cup playoffs. So certainly exciting for both these organizations. There's plenty of talent within the prospect pool.
Well, that's for sure, and I know from a Coyote standpoint, it was just a marvelous season in Tucson, the second year that the Roadrunners were in existence in the southern Arizona city. And hockey fever really took hold as the season went on. And in the playoffs, I know, Nick, you were there for that first round and the whiteout and all the excitement at the Tucson Arena. And several tremendous prospects played for the Roadrunners last year. And the Coyotes pipeline still has more. So everybody's excited about not only the big club in Arizona this year, but certainly the Roadrunners as well. And I know from experience in calling games involving the San Jose Sharks, what a tremendous franchise that is, Nick. And I would think that the big club is going to be very, very competitive again this year, coming off another 100-point season. Going to see a penalty on the near boards for holding. It's going to be on the Coyotes. Sam Fagemo, the camp invite from Sweden, is going to go to the box. Third penalty of the game for the Coyotes. Third power play coming up for San Jose. The Sharks lead at 2-0 late in the second period.
Yeah, Bob, for San Jose, there was kind of a change within the organization just a few years back. They realized they really needed to add some depth to their organization in terms of prospects. They were trading away a lot of talent at the deadline to try to push for a Stanley Cup, and they've been able to do so on the fly, which is a hard thing to do. You build up the prospect pool while also trying to compete for a Stanley Cup, and it's been fun to see them be able to build it over the last couple of years.
Offside now against the Sharks as they try to come into the Coyote zone. San Jose with a goal in the first period late on a redirection by Ivan Jakovic in 1910. And then Max Letunov scored at 8:04 of this second period. Coyotes have yet to put the puck past the young Zachary Imon. Drafted in the 6th round in June. He's made 20 saves this afternoon. San Jose again with the man advantage as the puck now is cleared by the Coyotes the length of the ice. Trying to forecheck for Arizona and play it is Steenbergen, and a good hustle by him, and he's able to send that puck to the high slot. Smerrick comes in and fires just wide. Coyotes shorthanded, putting on some pressure in the San Jose end. Kept in on the line by Liam Kirk. He'll dump into the right corner. Players battle for the puck there. Still tied up. And seconds being eaten off the Fagemo penalty as the Coyotes penalty killers doing a great job in the San Jose zone. And finally the Sharks able to gain control and come up the ice and start their attack. Jakovic trying to drop it off for Topping. Now the puck sent into the left corner. And Jakovic working to play it there. He has a goal in this game. Still behind the net. In the Coyotes end, it goes into the left corner, and Arizona able to gain control of it. And again, the penalty now down to 22 seconds on Sam Fagemo. Good PK so far for the Coyotes on this penalty. Sharks with one last rush up the ice with a man advantage. Shimolevsky comes into the Coyote zone. He's met right there on the far side by Hoffenmeyer. Puck goes into the middle, and P.O. Joseph able to clear it the length of the ice, and that'll do it on the penalty against Fagemo. We cross into the final minute of this second period. Both teams now at full strength. 2-0 San Jose. Puck comes to center. Played by Kevin Ball of the Coyotes up on the left wing. Klima fires one just wide, and the loose puck goes into the right corner. That was Kelly Klima, of course, his twin brother Kevin on the ice as well for the Coyotes. Up the ice comes Ryan Merkley into the Coyotes left circle, stops, hits the late man, and the shot just goes wide on that drive by Jacob McGrew. Off McGrew's stick now, but he keeps it in at the line. Nudged ahead by the Coyotes, but again, the Sharks McGrew with some hard work to keep it going. Centers one to the slot, knocked away. Final seconds of the period. And as we come down to 8.3 seconds left in the period, a penalty is going to be called for hooking.
Yep, Jake McGrew able to draw that penalty, charging towards the net. I've seen a lot of good things from McGrew. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that he missed his first year. He was drafted in the Western Hockey League by the Spokane Chiefs. He missed his first season after a knee injury. He suffered his 2 games into the season and came back last year, had a strong rookie campaign in the dub, and Showed off some good speed so far and some tenacity right in front of the net to draw the penalty.
It was his hard work certainly that did draw that penalty on Kevin Klima. Coyotes able to gain control of the puck, and they'll clear it the length of the ice as this second period now comes to an end. So the San Jose Sharks are able to add to their lead on the goal by Maxim Letunov, the one-time Coyotes prospect at 8:04. And it's a 2-0 San Jose advantage at the end of 2 periods of play. Shots on goal in that second period for Arizona. Total of 9 shots for 22 in the game, and the San Jose Sharks with 10 shots, equaling their first period total, and they have 20 for the contest, and they have scored on 2 of them to lead it 2-0. Zachary Emo, very impressive in goal for San Jose, and at the other end, Merrick Madsen making some big saves as well. So through 40 minutes, 2-0, favor the Sharks. Nick, your thoughts?
Well, San Jose able to take advantage again from a puck down in the low slot there as Letunov able to just jam home a rebound. Johnny on the spot. Go to the right spot on the ice and you're going to be rewarded. But again, it really has been a goaltending battle so far, but San Jose has been able to get inside and take advantage. That first goal back in the first coming in a similar spot. It was a pass from Middleton below the end line, setting up Djokovic, who was able to jam it